So our first guest speaker is Debbi Pope, who is currently Human Resources Manager at UON. Debbi is a passionate human resource professional with over 8 years generalist and advisory experience. Influential communicator and leader who builds relationships and collaborates with people across the business. She works independently and as a team player who thinks outside the box to create productive teams in the workplace. Debbi is also the Vice Chair for Get Into Resources, which is a not-for-profit organisation that is passionate about creating a talent pipeline for the future. Debbi is going to share with us, Believe in Yourself.
Woohoo, Debbi!
Woo! Yeah, Debbi.
Thanks, Dean. I'm really excited to be doing this online and sharing my story with you. Stepping back to growing up in a working class family, I had an ordinary, everyday Australian life. My dad was an electrician, my mum a part-time secretary, and I had 2 older sisters, but it was definitely a negative environment. I remember many times that we would talk about others in a negative way, especially those that did great, had nice holidays, nicer things, bought a big car, those types of things. When I was older, I remember we would leave a person's house or they would leave ours, and what my parents would say about those people, it was always negative. It's so interesting to look back, isn't it? As I started growing up, there were comments about me. Debbi thinks too highly of herself. Then when I met Jeff, my husband, Debbi's getting above her station in life. After I had my boys, Debbi's already getting enough attention. We're not going to give you any more. Going on to work after the boys were at school, I was always seemed to get stuck or have problems with people and managers. After a while, I thought it was me. I was the cause. It was all my fault. Of course, it only takes one person to make a relationship work, right? Just me. I started aiming higher, thinking a little bigger, but the blocks kept happening and I couldn't understand why it happened for others and not for me. For example, thinking back to when I was a HR administrator, I was encouraged to study the Certificate 4 in HR, which I was really excited about. It had been booked months in advance, then my manager became pregnant and had started talking about cancelling this training. On her last day before going on maternity leave, she cancelled the training in front of me. Ouch. I couldn't believe it. I was crushed and devastated. It really shook my confidence and I felt like she didn't believe in me. And then I went to my next role and similar things happened. And even though I put my hand up for different opportunities, not getting training and a change in job title wasn't approved, etc., similar roadblocks kept happening. In 2008, I started thinking of all those types of blocks that kept happening for me over my whole working life, that maybe I was not meant to get a higher position and I was meant for a life of boring work. But deep down, I knew that wasn't right. Of course, I was capable of more. A colleague sent me a link to the Ambitious Leaders Network. Thanks, Dean. And something clicked. Not just that Katie-Jeyn was in HR just like me, but some of the things she said made sense. I attended the half-day training and even more of it clicked. The points that I really picked up on were the things I was already doing, the spiritual stuff, or woo-woo as Katie-Jeyn calls it. But now I know deep down that all my fears and self-doubt were needing to be dealt with for me to make change. Even after the books I'd read on this, where I thought I had already made change, the fear of failure, the fear of authority that I thought no longer existed were actually still there. It was emotionally hard work at times to look this hard at myself, and some great guidance from Katie-Jeyn set me straight. It's really highlighted how these fears and doubts were hampering my ability to be the best I could be. It also made it real when being in a group of other similar-minded people were having similar issues to me. Hearing their story was comforting, that I wasn't the only one where these blocks were happening. Hearing about their success motivated me to think bigger than ever before. Rather than waiting for my manager or company to pay for me to do training, 12 months ago I paid for my own training when I joined Katie-Jeyn's Career Acceleration Mastermind. And look at me now. In my dream job of HR manager. It's so exciting. When I look back at this, I can now see the light about the true adverse effect of negative people and how a positive mindset can help in so many ways. An example of this is when I started the Career Acceleration Mastermind, Katie-Jeyn said I'd make great friends. My first thought, sure, but it's only one or two. Well, it turns out I've made quite a few more friends than that, and they are all amazing, which highlights my limiting belief back then. The last 12 months, I've learned it's all about what you believe, what you say to yourself, and your mindset. I now no longer need anyone else to believe in me, as I believe 100% in what I can do and achieve. And I'm loving life. I'm seeing opportunities in everything, which is such a relief. I no longer worry at night about what someone said or did, as it's all okay. Anything that is difficult is now just an opportunity to solve a problem, and it feels great. Am I confident in my success? Yes. Do I believe I can still do better? Absolutely. Do I believe I have the courage now to go higher? Yes, I do. Couldn't have done this without you, Katie-Jeyn. I didn't realise how stuck I was, and look at me now. Thank you.
Go, Debbi! Yay! Woo-hoo! Amazing. Yeah, look at all the comments coming in the chat box. Everybody give Debbi some feedback. It's absolutely, this is Debbi's first ever guest speaking appearance. Absolutely phenomenal. You nailed your speech, Debbi. Congratulations. How do you feel?
I feel awesome. I felt wonderful doing that, and just knowing that you're all there supporting me makes me feel wonderful. So thanks.
Amazing. Congratulations, Debbi. Debbi, wow, what a journey. I can remember when you when we first met, you had the skeptic out. I think you probably was, even though you were the woo-woo side of you knew that it was the right thing for you to do, the skeptic side just was not sure. Right?
Definitely. There was always a bit of that doubt, that not believing. And now, look, I believe in it 100%. So it's great. And all the people around me are so amazing to spend time with.
Yeah. So, and then after the 2-day event, you just hit what I teach with my clients, white ball of energy. And white ball of energy is what happens then is people, situations and events start happening very quickly to create what we want. And it's energetic. And you, I tell you what, out of everybody that we've had on our Career Acceleration Mastermind, you nailed the white ball of energy most consistently, right? Everyone has it, but you're most consistently. And I remember also saying to you in the very beginning, ground, Debbi, ground. And now you've got this beautiful equilibrium between the white ball of energy and the groundedness. And we were so excited when you got your dream job, Human Resources Manager. And what I love about it right now is you are so in challenge. You are being stretched in that role.
Yes.
However, because you're in white ball of energy, you're handling it like a machine. So congratulations, Debbi. Amazing speech. And I've absolutely loved working with you. Let's congratulate Debbi.
Thanks, Katie-Jeyn. Thank you.